Alright, episode 19. So, uh, we start off with the house, and the gems are talking about the two gems of, the real reasons, they're figuring out a conversation, the real reasons why they are, that the two gems have been doing this. The five gems are coming up the reason that, they're thinking of, figuring out the reason why Powdratite and Willemite are doing this. Why did they come here, and why did they only come here for a short time, and figure out why that. And they think, and Teal was like, you guys, I don't think that they were actually playing around. I think they were trying to destroy one of us. And and then Purple was like, "Oh, really? How did we not know that? Or how did we not realize that?" And Teal was like, "I don't know. They did seem like acting like normal people. Like they did not act like they were our enemies." But as the conversation was going, Kavalite, Androdite, Willemite, and Powdratite we're all thinking of plans, we're all thinking of what to do now, and Cavalite was giving them a plan, and then as the two were, and as the two had accepted it, that Willemite and Powdratite accepting it, they went on and they were working on this alone, thinking of a plan. But the real problem is, though, there's cameras. There's cameras for them to watch. And Diamond can see a witness, the guards can see cameras and see what's going on. And the guard had just caught about them, talking about them, Willemite was saying to Powdratite, what are we gonna do now? Now that we are getting another job, now that we are still having the same job, as you of course told me about it earlier. Now there's a possibility of us getting ourselves in trouble. And Powdratite was saying, "Yeah, you're right, and I was wrong all along. I just and or no, Powdratite was saying I was kind of wrong, because she was not wrong over most things, but." But as the guards were catching up, they then began to go. It takes a long time for them to tell Diamond, because it's somewhere else where, a place somewhere else where see the cameras recording. It's like filmed from another building. You have your camera here, but it's filmed, but it is actually filmed from another place that's connected to another place, or connected to the phones. But it not just the phones, but connected to the buildings. And that's what happened in at the clothing closet, I believe that's called. But I will talk about another story about that in another time in other videos. But right now I gotta, of course, get to this stuff in the episodes of Steam Universe. Sorry, but that had the working stuff and cameras has something to do with this episode, obviously. But anyways, Diamond has not been known about that yet, so it takes a long time for the guard to come here. Then the longer the episode, a lot more then it takes a lot more minutes of the episode that what I mean is that, of course, most of you guys know that the court soldier would the longer that Courts gets here to tell Diamond, the longer the episode is left. So I meant the longer the episode is left, not the episodes are left. But anyway, as they began to do something, that Willemite was saying, Powdratite, look up there. And as she was looking, the Powdratite was saying, S. And as they were running away, about one of them was like, "What do we do?" I don't know. I hope that, well, and then, well, Project I was saying, I don't know. Oh, one of the guards were. I'm pretty sure no guard has caught that. What we're saying, we only were talking about it once. Like, well, they were running away. Like, they were saying that after they ran away to another room where there's no cameras. Like, outside where there's no cameras. But on their back, but behind their backs, they're in big trouble because actually, well, they were bringing up the diamond stuff, like kidnapping the two diamonds, and they were saying that while they didn't see a camera, which there was a camera far away that they actually had caught them, and another guard was is going over there, and while that's happening, oh man. Oh yeah, while they were singing, this actually makes sense. They sing a song by saying by singing what we're gonna do, like, and mentioning about the diamond stuff, and they mention it while they're singing it in front of the camera, and it makes sense for the guard to come. Like, that actually is a little bit better idea. Yes. And while back in the house, while they were having conversation, that Lab was saying, I hope these two gems will be all right. I know, like, as they were figuring out that actually, um, like, I mean, as they were doing that, as they were having another conversation, then the two guards were telling Diamond that Powdratite there's a Powdratite and a Willemite, actually, Diamond did meet these two gems earlier, and when she was uh I'm guessing while at a break, like at the celebration, the two gems were like the two Willemite and Paldratiite in the at the end of the last episode, they came in and Diamond was saying that, would you like to be my proteges, and the two were just saying no, and they were just bringing and they were take and then the two and that was the same scene when the two gems, Kavalite and Androdite, bringing them was walking away. I mean, we're quitting the job. That's the same scene when they were quitting the job, and and then the two gems were walking with the other two gems, Paldratiite and Willemite, and all four of the gems were, as they were walking away from the party, they didn't have the plan to what to do, like, and that's and yes, that and now as of this episode, the two Heart soldiers were telling Diamond about this, and as she was getting angry, that she knows why. She knows why they didn't want the jobs, why Powdratiite and Willemite didn't want the jobs, and telling them to arrest them. And they would come and arrest the two, as they were surprised, and they were like, they were in trouble, and as they were I would say they were like, no, Willemite, and then Willemite was like, no, Powdratia, and then the two guards were just dragging them away to the cells, but at least that they would sit next to each other in the cells. And then the news was brought out, and the five gems had knew about this, and they had felt bad for them because they were forced to do this, and they think that they didn't like doing it. And but that isn't officially what they think until what will happen in the next episode.